My name is Sophie, and I am 30 years old. I live in a quiet part of Seattle, in a place called Greenwood. It's a calm neighborhood with coffee shops, tall trees, and friendly people. Many think I live a good life. I have a husband, a nice home, and a stable job at a small library. But inside, I feel empty. I smile, but it's not real. My heart is tired. 2 years ago, I married a man named Daniel. He is 34, soft-spoken, caring, and always makes me laugh. But here is the truth, I don't love him. I never did. I said yes to Daniel because I was heartbroken. My ex-boyfriend, Ryan, left me without a goodbye. I felt lost and wanted to forget everything. Daniel was there. He cared about me. He asked me to marry him, and I said yes, hoping love would grow. But it didn't. Daniel tries so hard. He brings me fresh flowers on Sundays. He cooks my favorite breakfast, pancakes with honey. He leaves kind notes on the bathroom mirror. He calls me his bright star. He is everything a woman dreams of. But I cannot love him back. One evening, we sat on the porch, watching the rain. Daniel said, "I know you don't love me yet, Sophie, but I believe in us. I'll wait." His words made my heart ache. I didn't know what to say. I wanted to cry but stayed silent. My mother once told me, love doesn't always come fast. Sometimes it grows like a small tree. I tried to believe that. I tried to be patient. But each day, I felt like I was in someone else's life. One Friday night, Daniel prepared a candlelight dinner. He wore my favorite sweater and played our wedding song. He said, "This is for you, Sophie." I smiled. I said thank you. But my heart was quiet. I felt like an actress playing a role. Nothing felt real. Later, we went for a walk to the little bridge where Daniel first held my hand. He smiled and said, "This is where it all started." I wanted to scream, it shouldn't have started. But I stayed quiet. I couldn't break his joy. That night, I stared at the ceiling for hours. I kept asking myself, what am I doing? Why can't I love him? The next morning, I called my friend Jenna. I said, "I don't love Daniel." I never did. Jenna listened and said softly, "Maybe you need to find yourself again. Maybe this marriage is holding you back." Later that day, I sat with Daniel. I wanted to tell him the truth. I opened my mouth, but he stopped me and said, "Don't give up on us. I still believe." I felt crushed. His hope was like a heavy stone on my chest. A week later, Daniel asked me something that shocked me. "Sophie, do you want to have a baby?" I froze. My hands were cold. "I'm not ready," I said. He nodded. He looked disappointed but said nothing more. That night, I wrote in my journal, "Daniel is a kind man, but I'm not the wife he deserves. I'm lost." I even packed a bag once. I planned to leave. But when I saw Daniel sleeping, so peaceful, I couldn't go. I sat on the floor and cried. The next day, Daniel kissed my forehead and said, "Good morning, my love." Those words broke me. They felt so heavy. I wanted to shout, "Stop loving me." But again, I stayed quiet. I felt stuck in a life that didn't belong to me. The world moved on outside, but inside, I was frozen. A few days later, Jenna came to visit. I told her everything. I said, "I want to leave, but I'm afraid. People will judge me." She held my hand and said, "Only you know your heart. You don't have to stay because people expect you to." Her words gave me strength. That evening, I made tea and sat with Daniel. "I need to tell you something," I said. He looked at me. I continued, "Daniel, I care about you. But I don't love you. I married you because I was broken. I thought love would come later, but it didn't." Daniel didn't cry. He just sat still and whispered, "I knew. I felt it every day. But I hoped." We sat in silence. No fighting. Just two people with broken dreams. That night, I slept on the couch. I felt sad, but I also felt lighter. I had told the truth. In the morning, Daniel still made coffee for me. But this time, there was no note. Days passed. We barely spoke. I slept in the guest room. I felt like I was living in a quiet goodbye. One evening, I told him, "I think I need to move out." He nodded. "I understand. Do you have somewhere to go?" "Yes." Jenna offered me her guest room. He helped me pack. At the door, he said, "I'll always wish you happiness." I looked at him and said, "Thank you for being kind, even when I couldn't give you love." Then I walked away. At Jenna's house, I cried. Not because I missed Daniel, but because I finally listened to my heart. I felt scared, but also free. I started taking long walks by the water. I watched birds fly, people laugh, and the sky change colors. One day, I saw a sign for a painting class at the community center. I signed up. In that class, I found joy. I painted my feelings, sadness, hope, peace. Slowly, I felt like me again. Weeks later, I got a message from Daniel. "Hi, Sophie. Just wanted to say I hope you're doing well. I'm learning to play the piano. It helps. Take care." I replied, "Hi, Daniel. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm painting now. It helps me too. Wishing you peace." We never spoke again. But it was a kind goodbye. Now, I live in a small apartment above a coffee shop. It's quiet but mine. I make my own coffee, light candles in the evening, and sometimes paint near the window. I still think of Daniel sometimes. I hope he finds someone who loves him fully. He gave love freely. He deserves that back. One day, I found the note he wrote long ago. You are my bright star. I folded it gently and put it in a box. I couldn't throw it away, but I also couldn't hold on to it. Today, I look in the mirror and see a woman who made mistakes, but also made brave choices. A woman who is learning to live again. If you feel like me, I want you to know. You're not alone. It's okay to start over. It's okay to choose yourself. Never marry to escape pain. Love yourself first. Thank you for listening to my story. If it touched your heart, please like, comment, and share. More stories are coming soon.